He's going to be the fabulous Michael Ayers! Here he comes, hold on, what's the line? Here he comes! Look at him, he's a big freaky fella. Here he comes, look! He's got his jacket on, hasn't he? I thought it was going to be done alphabetically and I'd be last, but anyway, nice to be here. I could get used to working in the city, coming down here and having a job, maybe getting a bonus off Frank, perhaps? No? But there's been some big changes around the city. And the biggest one, of course, is they told us about all the bonuses they were earning. I wish the heck they hadn't told us, because now we know. I don't want to wake up in the morning and realise someone's got £1 million pocket money. I prefer not to know. But anyway, in the coalition government, Frank wants some politics. I don't really know much about politics, but it seems to be going all right. We've got, where I come from, we've had a coalition in New Zealand for years, which seems to work all right. You've got the cow farmers on one side and the sheep farmers on the other, and they seem to find some sort of common ground. But the Labour Party, I used to be a Labour voter. I stood for Parliament once actually, but I came third behind a rather attractive looking woman, but I didn't mind coming behind her. But there's 2 Millibans, but there's also Ed Balls. And I don't want to give any advice to the Labour Party, but you cannot have a Prime Minister called Ed Balls. Think of the fun the tabloids would have with someone with a name like that, you know, Mr. Ed, Ed and Shoulders, things like that. It can't go on. Are there any New Zealanders here tonight? I don't suppose there are. Not even half of one. Because the last time I did this there were 3, and it's a great feeling when the whole country turns out to see you in London. It's great. There's a lot of them over here, of course. But there are only 3 of us, and that's one of the reasons why New Zealand, for example, just got one road that goes from the top to the bottom. And it's called State Highway 1. But to be fair to New Zealand, there are some little tracks that come off it every now and again, but they're mainly used for grazing animals and people looking for illicit sexual activities. Well, I come to think of it, in New Zealand, that more or less amounts to the same thing sometimes. And people say, why on earth are you living in London, you silly bugger, when you could live in a place like New Zealand? And I say, well, you try living next to Australia all your life. But I never say, any Australians here?
Yeah.
Where? Right. Good to see you afterwards. I don't say that to Australians, of course, because they're very sensitive people, Australians, lovely people. But I think they're a little bit sort of, they sometimes think we're sniggering behind their backs, and of course we are, because they were settled by English crooks. Whereas New Zealand, on the other hand, was settled by estate agents and investment bankers. So you can see what sort of a country we are. And of course, you know, we've got 60 million sheep and 4 million people, whereas yours is the other way around. Just means in New Zealand that people are very happy, and of course in England sheep have to be very careful. So I had a childhood which was basically full of meat. And impossible to give up. You cannot get patches for giving up meat. Unlike cigarettes, which I'm trying to give up at the moment. Anyone trying to do that?
Yeah.
Good. Had one tonight? Yes? Well, I wear these patches, 14 milligrams, and it does seem to work, because when I go to reach for my cigarettes, it sort of tears at your skin, and you realise you should have put a packet in this pocket. So I'm going to keep them going for a while. And strange enough, like the first guy was up here, I was also a Catholic altar boy in my formative years, and I really enjoyed it. I think it was something about the theatre of the thing. You get to dress up in black and white. Not a lot changes. And I really I love the ringing of the bells and get to perform in front of the Year 5 girls. But one night the parish priest did take me aside, and after a bit of fumbling around over his words, he said he didn't really think I had a feel for it. And I was visibly upset about this, but he said that I managed to put it behind me in the end, which I did. And I think it's probably time, it's almost time that I sort of put this behind me. You've been a lovely audience. No heckles, which is a bit of a shame, because I had some smart-ass answers worked out for hecklers. I'll leave it until next time. Anyway, thank you, good night. I've been Michael Ayers.